Hi everyone, I am just reaching out to do a quick little video on volume of prisms and cylinders. I've received some questions about the Delta Math assignment. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how we can look at these figures and find their volume. When we're working with prisms, we notice that we have the same shape at the bottom and on the top. It's the same shape all the way through, and that's what helps us determine how to find the volume. Looking at this solid right here, we have a rectangular prism because the base of it is a rectangle. And we can also see at the top that it's the same shape. Okay, so that being said, we can see that we have the length and the width of the rectangle highlighted in orange and blue. And then we have the height. That's basically like we can think of it as having how many we have stacked up. And so our height is highlighted in pink. When we use the formula for the volume of a prism, we can see that we have to find that the big B is the area of the base. So whatever the base is, whether it's a rectangle, a triangle, square, whatever shape it is, we have to find the area of that first and then multiply that area by the height. So looking here, we have the volume is equal to length times width times height, because as we previously discovered, the shape of it is a rectangle, the base of the rectangle. Our length from the problem we see is 15, our width is 10, and our height is 7. We can type that in the calculator, and we end up with 1,050 centimeters, and centimeters cubed. Because it's a 3D figure, we have to use the exponent cubed. Area is squared. We can just think about it as we are trying to figure out what we have to fill it up with. Okay? It does not matter what order you do the multiplication in. 15 times 10 times 7 is the same in any order you do because multiplication is commutative. Let's look at this example. Right here we have this solid and it is a cube. Something that we know about a cube is that the base of it is a square. And because we know that, we also know that all of the side lengths are the same. Therefore, if I have a side length of 4, that means that the length and the width are 4, and we also know that the height here is also going to be 4. We know how to find the volume of a square. We can do that in the same way that we do with a rectangle, with the length times width, and then multiply it by the height. And here we have 4 times 4 times 4. And therefore our volume is going to be 64 inches cubed. Okay, so again, just to look like with the rectangle and with the square, once we figure out what the base is, we just have to find the area of that and then multiply it by the height. Looking at this figure here, we have a triangular prism. And one thing I want to talk about is that the base of a solid is not the side that it's lying on. It is the side, the face of the shape that is the same on both ends. And so I want to highlight here so you can see what I'm talking about. We have this triangle here, okay? And then we have this triangle back here. And we can see that we have the same shape from the front to the back. So that means I have to find the area of this triangle and then multiply that times the height of the whole solid, which is what this length is going to be. So with triangular prisms, the hardest part sometimes is just finding what the base is and not getting tricked into thinking that the side that the solid is lying on is the actual base of the solid. Just like what I just said, the triangle here and the triangle in the back, that is what's telling me what the base is of the shape. So to find the volume of this solid, I have to find the area of that triangle. Well, to find the area of the triangle, I have to do 1/2 times the base times the height. And this is where it's a little confusing. I have to multiply by the height again. But it's not the same number. When we find the area of the triangle, let me erase this really quick, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. When we find the area of the triangle, we have to use the base times the height of the triangle. So this right here is how we find the area of this triangle. Then we're going to take it and multiply it by the actual height of the solid. Here I called it the length, so that way we didn't get confused between the words. So the length of the solid or the height of the solid. So let's go ahead and plug in these numbers from the problem. We see that we have 1/2, and that's from the actual area of a triangle formula. The base here, the base right here, is going to be 8. And then the height of the triangle is going to be 9. And then the length of the whole thing, this pink line right here, is going to be 12. So when we put that in our calculators, and you can use, depending on what calculator you have, excuse me, you don't have to use the actual fraction. I know some of y'all are using your calculators that are on your phones right now. You can use 0.5, you can use 1/2, whatever is easiest for you. And then, let me type this in real quick. Okay, so we have 432 centimeters cubed. Okay, so again, the hardest part that I've had with students with figuring out how to find the volume of a triangular prism actually comes from being able to identify the base. Okay, the next shape and the last shape for this video is going to be a cylinder, and we see cylinders everywhere. Please know that with this formula on your formula sheets that you're going to have access to, it's not 3.14. I just to be honest had to use 3.14 because this program did not have a pi symbol that I could find, so I just typed that in. When I'm trying to find the volume of a cylinder, we have to find the area of the circle, because for this one we see that for a cylinder we have this base of a circle here, and it's the same exact one in the top, so it's kind of like a stack of pennies. Okay, it's kind of like a stack of pennies. And so after we do that, then after we find the area of that circle, then we're going to multiply by the height of the whole thing. Okay, all of these prisms and cylinders work the same way because we have the same shape on the bottom and on the top. So let's go ahead and work this out. We have volume is equal to 3.14, and again, you can use 3.14 right now. You get a little bit more of an accurate calculation by using the pi button, so if you have a pi button on your calculator, that works too. So looking here, my radius is 3, so I have to do 3 squared. And then we're going to multiply it by the height, the whole thing. And again, I can put all of this in my calculator. And I get 197.82 centimeters cubed. Again, when we're finding the volume, it's always going to be cubed. I hope this helps you kind of see where you need to pull your information when giving different lengths and actually how to look at these different solids. I will probably be making another video and sending that out as well about how to find the volume of pyramids, cones. Those can be a little tricky too. I hope you guys are doing well. Please keep the questions coming. Thank you.